All of the highlights have been corners from them, which is fine, but at some point... Oh, there we go. There's the first goal. How's it going, everyone? My name is Stu, and welcome to my Football Manager 2024 save with Deportivo La Coruña. Thank you for joining me in today's video, which is part number 37, where we're going to be playing in the Champions League playoffs against Napoli. We've already played one leg of that. This is the second leg, and then we're going to have a game in La Liga, where we're going to try and keep pushing to see if we can go from the third best team in La Liga to minimum the second best. We're probably not going to do that in today's video, but we're going to try and build towards it. And if you're excited to see whether we can do both of those things, don't forget to leave a big like on the video for me. And don't forget to subscribe. It's completely free to do so. You'll put a big smile on his face right here. What's not to love? So, if you haven't watched the save before this point, welcome to the channel. Have a lovely time, hopefully. Have a look at the rest of the content on the channel. If you've not watched this save so far, playlist. I can't speak. The playlist is up top for you to check out everything that has come before this one. So, for those of you who have watched this save since you were last with us, it's been going quite well. We've actually only lost one game since the last time I was with you, which was around here against ASTON, where we beat them 4-0. We've actually won every game apart from, heartbreakingly, the Copa del Rey semi-final. We lost 2-1 against Real Madrid. If we're going to lose against someone, it's not the end of the world to lose against Real Madrid. But we did lose against them. So we're out of that. There's not going to be a fourth final in a row. I think we can manage without that. But other than that, it's been pretty solid. We battered both of the teams on the way to the Copa del Rey, and we've won the league games we've had since then. It's only been a couple. And we did beat Napoli in the first leg, in the home leg. 3-1. Firmino, Moukoko and Vandenberg scoring. Kvaratskhelia, I can never get that name right, goodness me. Kvaratskhelia did get a goal that kind of puts a bit of a cat amongst the pigeons before today's game against Napoli, so we do need to be aware of that. There's no other transfer news to bring you. We didn't do any other business, I don't think. One thing I do have to mention, though, is we have fallen out with a couple of players. Trilli's unhappy because he's not been playing. Full disclosure, though, the guy's been injured, so I don't know why he's complaining as much as he has been. And the Anzu has actually got to the point where he wouldn't even consider me apologising to him. I've had to agree to put him on the transfer list. I have put him up for his release clause. I will happily let him go if £32.5 million comes my way. It probably won't, but I will happily let him go if that happens. So we'll see what happens. But none of that is important. What is important is the game against Napoli in the Champions League. And this is the 11 that we're going to be using to try and get through to the knockout rounds proper. It is going to be Karnasecki in goal, Martinez, Okoli, Vandenberg and Miranda in defence, Bajetic, Stoikas and Veloso in the middle, with Vuric and Firmino supporting Moukoko up front. Wish me luck, because I think this is going to be a difficult one. Apparently Moukoko's unhappy, but he's going to have to just deal with it, quite frankly, because at the end of the day, he's been in relatively good form recently. Hlajek has been good as well, but I've noticed a bit of an upturn in Moukoko. Not massively, but it's certainly looking like the player that we want him to be. Scored a couple of goals in the last game. I did take him off on a hat-trick just because I wanted him pressure for this game. So he wasn't, I don't know whether he was overly happy with me or not. I wouldn't be happy, but hopefully he understood. Right, we're underway. It's away from home, remember. So this is going to be the more challenging of the two legs. But hopefully we did enough in the first leg to kind of counteract anything that they throw at us in this one. We just need to try and be a bit more solid. If we can do that, and we can frustrate them defensively, then I thought as I was speaking then, that was going in the back of the net, and I'd have been very cross. I'm not very cross, but yikes, that could have been a disaster. And match momentum is all them at the moment, which you'd expect it to be. They are at home. They are the ones with the job to do. But as long as we don't concede a goal, I'm happy. I mean, at the moment, Karnasecki is putting in the work, which is good. I'd like to see us get a little bit more offensively, but it's not really happening at the moment. A lot of their shots are going off target. We do need to get something going offensively. One more goal from us, I think, finishes it. But at the moment, we're not really showing much in the way of offensive. We've had one shot and it's not been on target. Sorry, 2 shots and neither of them have been on target. All of the highlights have been corners from them, which is fine, but at some point... Oh, there we go. There's the first goal. And now we really need to step up. So I'm going to demand more from the boys because we've not done anything in an offensive sense. Moukoko's been anonymous. All of the highlights have been in our half. We really need to step things up. I'm actually going to shout at the boys. I'm going to say that to them. I'm going to say I'm not happy with you. And I'm going to say I'm furious with you. Right. We need to start pushing up and trying to really do something. Miranda's not been good. I'm going to take him off straight away for Illich. I'm going to take Makoko off for Hlojek as well. We're just going to make the changes early here. Furic has not been good either. I'm actually going to bring Boedo on. And we're going to move Firmino over to the right. Boedo goes on the left. And we're going to go with that. And hope for the best. That's all we can really do. They have to score one more for us to then go to extra time. So, basically, we just need to defend a bit better in this half. And also try and get offensively a little bit more going. I'm going to fire the boys up. We just need to get some more chances. And we just need to start getting them on target. But again, highlight-wise, the highlight is... There it is. There we are. We've not done anything in this game. And now we're level with them. They've got back into it. They've done a really good job. But now we need to go attacking. Because we now need to make something happen. Right, the first highlight with us in possession, which has taken up until the 55th minute in the game, which is a bit pathetic. We need to get something going now to try and get back in the lead of this tie. Right, Veloso nearly gives the ball away to Osimhen there, which is not ideal. Right, Bajcetic goes back to Karnasecki. Karnasecki, I mean, I'd be going to Vandenberg here. He does. Vandenberg now, I'd go out left. He goes to Boedo, and Boedo gives the ball away. It was a really poor pass from was it Vandenberg or Bajcetic? I forgot immediately who it was. But we've given the ball away pathetically there. But actually, Okoli does a really good interception. Right, we're on attacking. Let's get forward a bit here, guys. Right, Boedo, trying to do his man here. He's not the quickest Boedo. He's done really well there, though. Really nice work from Boedo. He puts all that good work in, and then he goes and has that as a shot. That's infuriating to me. That's really infuriating. He does great work there and stuffs the whole thing up. Really, really good work. Right, I am going to try. We're going to go down our right-hand side because their left back is knackered. And he's having a good game, but I want to try and just push the fact that he's tired. Let's just try and put a bit more pressure onto him. I am also going to take Firmino off because he's tired. Jota is going to come on. So we'll get a bit more energy on our right-hand side. And we've got one more change left, but I'm going to leave it for now. We'll just try and motivate Jota. Illich with a shot! Oh, what a time that would have come back. Would have been to come back to. I can't remember words out properly. What a time that would have been to come back to if that had gone in the back of the net. Right, fire the boys up. We're still in this. It's still level overall. So we're not going out at this point, but I'm a bit disappointed in how we just rolled over a little bit. We need to be pushing them here, and we need to be getting the ball off of them. Right, Kvaratskhelia, we need to get the ball off of him really quickly. Jota does well, but he gives it to Rosati. Rosati now whips it in, looking for Anthony of all people, and he puts it wide. We get a little bit lucky there. Right, we have a free kick. Jota floating it in, looking for the head of Hlojek. He went through everyone, all of the players. Illich gets it down. It ends up falling to Okoli. Okoli needs to try and get it forward. He goes back to Bajcetic, which is a bit frustrating. Guys, we need to get forward here. We need to score a goal. Right, Vandenberg. Bajcetic. Back to Vandenberg. Vandenberg passing it to Okoli. Okoli. Out wide to Arno. Arno Martinez. Into Jota. Jota. Managing to get forward here. Whips it in. Looking for Hlojek. He got it to Hlojek, but Hlojek was surrounded by defenders. And now Napoli have the chance to counter-attack. Kvaratskhelia looking to get forward, but Arno Martinez managing to clear it. Oh my word. We are running it a bit close here. Right. Final substitution. It's got to be one of the tired lads. It's got to be one of the tired lads. Bajcetic, Stoichkos, Veloso. I mean, it's going to be Stoichkos or Bajcetic because they're the ones who are not having the best games. I think I'm going to take Gomez and bring him on for Bajcetic. Maybe? Yeah. No, I am going to do that. Right. Let's get him on the pitch. Bit of defensive stability, hopefully. And let's see if we can just get some of the momentum attacking. And let's just see whether we can... Oh, I didn't want to click on one of their players. Let's just see whether we can just get going on this. Right, highlight. We have the ball. Illich to Hlojek. Why Hlojek is there, I don't really know. Gets it to Boedo. Into Hlojek. Hlojek now has space to run into, but he has got players coming up with him. But he's getting support here. Tries to get to Boedo twice. Doesn't work. Still has the ball, Hlojek. Into Boedo. Into Jota. And it's a save on merit. It's a save. That could have been the goal that put us through. And as it stands... It's going to go into extra time. There it is. It's extra time. We've come back into the game in that second half, but... Right, I'm going to point the finger. Say that to them. Right. I'm going to tell him I'm angry. That didn't work. I'm going to tell him I'm not happy. That did work. Boedo and Jota are doing wonders at the moment, so we're going to keep on kind of with them. I'm going to tell you you're not playing good enough. Marcel's going to tell you to calm yourself down. Where is Vandenberg? Vandenberg's actually gotten better, so I'm going to tell you two you need to keep going. Veloso, I'm going to tell you you need to keep going. And then we're going to have one more change, I believe. Yeah, one more change. So, for my final trick, I am tempted to take Martinez off. I mean, the only other changes that I could make that would be of an attacking sense would be Navarro or Pereira da Costa. Navarro would be a decent option. He actually played well in the last game, which was against Sevilla. He actually did play quite well in that one. But I don't really want to take Veloso off. So what I might do, actually, I'm going to keep my... The only thing I'm thinking with Martinez is he's on the side that Kvaratskhelia on. And I'm just thinking, is it a smart move maybe to bring Trilly on as a fresh pair of legs to deal with Kvaratskhelia? I'm thinking it might be, you know. I'm thinking it might be. If he's still on the pitch. He is still on the pitch. He's still on the pitch. He's also very, very tired. Right, let's put him on his left foot. And then I'm going to mark Kvaratskhelia. Let's try it. Let's just see if it works. It might work. It might not. Let's just give it a go. Trilly. He wants more game time. We've said we'll give it to him. Well, now's his chance to prove he deserves it. It's a bit of a gamble not to bring another attacking player on when really what we're looking for is a goal. But Kvaratskhelia has been... Well, he scored the 2 goals. He scored the goal in the last leg as well. So I think it probably makes sense to do. We actually nicked the ball off of them there. Jota does really well. Ball through to Hlajek. If Hlajek is onside... Oh, he's hit the post anyway. Oh! And he was onside. What a chance that is from Hlajek. He's had such a poor game. Oh my word. Right, we have a goal kick. Karnasechi launches it long. I don't really like the fact he did that. He shouldn't be doing that. Ball to Osimhen. Oh, it's pretty wide. Why did Karnasechi do that? He's on shorter passing. I don't really understand why he did it. Right, we've got a corner here. Jota whips it in, looking for the head of a Coley. Vandenberg's there. He's gone down. Nothing's been given. Oh, the drama. Oh, goodness me. Right, well, I'm going to just quickly pause it. We're on kickoff. These two are shattered. They're absolutely shattered. Hlajek is on a 6.2. Having the worst game of his career. Veloso and Stoichkos are shattered. I am sort of regretting not taking one of them off here. I wanted to double check. Distribute to fullbacks, roll out. I don't understand why he went for that long kick that nearly cost us the game. Right. Well, let's fire the boys up. Let's just see whether we can get something. A sneaky goal, which we've had the chances for. As of they, to be fair. Oh, I thought he chipped him. I thought he chipped him then. Oh, if he'd have chipped him, I'd have felt sick. Right. 10 in-game minutes to go. We've only had flurries in this game. The majority of it has been all Napoli. I'm berating Hlajek for how poor a game he's had. Ilic as well. And Trilly has not been good either. I'm letting them know. Gomez has not been great either. And unless something happens with Kvaratskhelia here, it's over. It is over. Then I think it's going to go to penalties. We've got one more highlight here. A throw-in. There's literally 10 seconds to go. A throw-in for Napoli in our area. And it goes over. We are so lucky there. And it is going to penalties. All of our penalty takers, I feel like the good ones would have been on the pitch at the start. And we've taken them all off. And they've still got Osimhen, Kvaratskhelia. They've still got a lot of good players on there. I don't like the fact that Joe Gomez is nervous. We're just going to have to go with it. I don't think there's anything I can do. I just don't think there's anything I can do to change any of this. Right, we're just going to have to go with it. Just going to have to go with it. We're just going to say... hands on hips. That one. And where is he? He is... here. Yeah, that worked as well as it could have done. We've managed to make him less nervous. Right, it's penalty time. And it's going to be Jota to take the first penalty. There's no Furic on the pitch, but Jota steps up and takes it and scores it. It is 1-0 to us in the shootout. Kvaratskhelia, who got 2 goals in this game, 1 goal in the first leg. He's the reason why Napoli are back in the game. And Carnesecchi cannot save it. It is 1-1 when it comes to penalties. Right, Joe Veloso next. He's shattered. He's been out there like a warrior, not really having much luck as the playmaker today. But he does have luck in the penalty shootout. It is 2-1 with Napoli having a penalty to take. And of course, it's Victor Osimhen next to take. Carnesecchi cannot save it. It is 2-2 overall after 2 penalties each. Hlajiek, who had a rotten time in front of goal, had chances to win the game for us but didn't. He now has the chance to put the ball in the back of the net today. He does. He makes it 3-2 with Napoli having a penalty in hand. And it's Anthony, formerly of Manchester United in real life. He is at Man United at the moment, of course. He will be next to take. And he just ran straight up to it and he put it in the back of the net. It's 3-3 all level. Joe Gomez, who before the penalty shootout was nervous about it, he now steps up to take his penalty. We did calm his nerves down, and it was enough to make sure he put it in the back of the net. It is 4-3 to us with Napoli having one in hand. Matheus Nunes now is the next person to take a penalty, this time for Napoli, and he slots it in the bottom corner. It is 4-4, and it is now effectively sudden death. Stoichkos comes up. He will take our 5th penalty. Stoichkos versus Meret. And Stoichkos is saved. Stoichkos is saved. And now it's up to Carnesecchi. And now it is up to Carnesecchi. Natan, one of their central defenders, is going to take their final penalty. Potentially final penalty, I should say. Right. Natan versus Carnesecchi. And Carnesecchi can't save it. Napoli go through to the knockout rounds of the Champions League. We do not. We are out of the Champions League. I mean, Napoli are a better team than us. The thing is, we punch well above our weight in our league. Napoli are a better team. But my goodness me, we did not perform very well in that game at all. And I think we really need to be aware that a 3-1 win in the first leg should not lead to us having to go to penalties. It really shouldn't, but it did. And we have to be completely aware that that is our own doing, that we're just not at that level at the moment. We need to start really... I mean, I love the players that we've got on this team. But we need to look at some of them and think, are they actually quality that is going to get us forward? I think Carnesecchi is. This is probably a longer conversation, to be honest. But we know Carnesecchi is a top goalkeeper. We know Moukoko on these days is a top striker. Didn't show it in that game. But I think if they kept him on, maybe he would have scored one of those chances Hlajiek completely missed. Veloso is definitely of that quality. Firmine has the potential to be that quality. Bajcetic, I think, as well. Boedo has the potential to get there, of course. His potential's dropping, to be fair. He used to be 4.5 star potential. He's now only 3.5 star potential. But the rest of the squad, and also, to be fair, Ilic as well. Ilic is a bona fide wonder kid. The rest of the squad, I think we can all agree, is probably very, very lucky to be playing as well as it is and doing as well as it is. I think next season we really need to start looking at how we upgrade this squad to get to that next level. Because at the moment, I think we are at the height we can get. 3rd or Champions League spot in the league and getting through the group stage of the Champions League, which, remember, was a struggle for us this year. So, as much as I might be disappointed in that result, the fact that we struggled so much to get out of the league phase kind of says everything. Right, I'm going to go away. We're going to lick our wounds and we're going to come back for Las Palmas. Another away game, unfortunately, but we'll come back for Las Palmas and we'll see whether we can beat them. Las Palmas are in the relegation zone, so if we're not beating them, then something has gone horribly wrong. Oh, we might have a minor disaster on our hands. So, Shanghai Port have made an offer for Caleb Okoli for £32 million, which is his release clause. Now, this is a problem. A, because I really like Okoli, and he's done a good job for us this season. He's been over a 7 rating. I think in his time here, he's kind of averaged that. He has in the last 3 seasons. In fact, the first season, not so much, but the last 2 seasons, he's been solid as a rock for us. A, it's not good because he's been a good player for us. But B, we're in February. I don't know whether the Chinese transfer window, and I can't look because I've only, it's not on here as a playable league, so I can't actually see the rules of it. I don't know whether this means he's going to leave, like, right now. Now, to add to that, this is where it gets really funny. Remember that whole thing, and I feel like I did talk about it. I don't know whether I did actually. No, I think I must have done. We can't offer him a new contract because of our wage budget. Now, you're probably thinking, Stu, you got £14.6 million here. Why don't you just move some over to here? The board won't let me. They won't allow me to increase the wage budget because they feel it's high enough already. I'm sorry. Like, there's nothing I think I can do as well. I have made board requests about it, and they've said no. I mean, I'm going to try it again and just see if I can increase the wage budget. Because if I can, I want to offer Caleb Okoli a new contract. The problem is if I go in now, he's going to want more money. Yeah, he wants like £11,000, like £10,000 to £20,000 more. So I don't think if I go into this, we can actually offer him a contract that's going to make him want to stay. He wants to be a star player. That's fine. Now, can I offer it him? Oh my word, we might be able to stop him from going. He's on 20,000. Apparently I can offer this. I mean, we'll try and go a little bit low, obviously, because, you know, I'm not an amateur. But, oh my word, can we keep him? I might be worrying about nothing here. I mean, Nyanzu, we've agreed to go. If we reject this, Shanghai Port are interested in Nyanzu. They might change tact and go to him, which would be fine because we kind of want that to happen. I don't mind losing him now because he's not been playing. If we need to bring one of the youngsters up, then we bring one of the youngsters up. I'm going to reduce this release clause down here because that's a ridiculous amount of money no one will pay. But around here, someone could consider it if he continues to grow with us. Okay. I can't believe I've been allowed to make that offer to him. Now it's just whether he'll accept our offer or whether he's going to accept their offer. Remember, of course, as well, he's currently our captain. Oh, this got a bit dramatic. This got a bit dramatic. Far more than I was expecting it to. Why couldn't they just go in for Nyanzu? Nyanzu's there. He's £500,000 more. Just go in for him instead. Instead of trying to ruin my life. Okay, no news on Okoli yet. So at the moment he is still our player, he's still our captain, but he will be on the bench today just because we want to rest him. So this is the 11 we're going to be using for the game against Las Palmas, who again are in the relegation zone of La Liga. It is Karnasecchi in goal, Trilli, Herculano, Vandenberg and Illich in defence, Gomez, Stoikas and Navarro in the middle with Firmino and Boedo supporting Moukoko up front. That's the team we're going with. We are leaving Veloso out completely because he was practically dead after the last game, so he is still being rested. Everyone else is available. I would start Jota with his performance in the last game, but he obviously, you know, isn't quite match sharp. So we'll give it the first half and we'll see how it goes. And then we can always bring him on as well. We have rotated a little bit as well. Trilli has also started the game because, again, he's complained about match time. So we do need to give him a few minutes here or there. Today is one of those occasions, but we can always make the changes if we need to. Right. Let's get into the game and let's see whether we can get things going. I mean, they've lost every game in their last 5. We should be beating them today. If we don't beat them, then something's gone horribly wrong with us. There's no way. I mean, we've won 3 of our last 5, but it's bookended by a loss each side. So we need to maybe get out of, not a funk necessarily, but we need to make sure we don't go into a funk. And I think the only way to do that is going to be by beating them today. So we do need to do that. However, it does look like we've not started well in the old match momentum. It looks like they are starting to... The thing is, they are not, I don't think, in a perilous, unattainable position. They are only 6 points away from safety. So they will be really, really fighting here. They probably have more to play for than we do in a way. So they are going to be looking to do what they can to get themselves out of the mess that they're in. However, we also want to make sure we don't slip too much, because the last thing we want is to fall out of Champions League spots. That was a really poor corner routine there. It really was. Right, Stoikers into Gomez. Gomez now. Out to Ilic. Ilic not running as wide as I want him to, and the highlight ends up ending without anything. Ilic has really been a bit of an enigma in this save. He's a good player, but just trying to find the best kind of version of him is a real struggle. He has good games here and there, but he's really just has these struggles where he just doesn't do anything. I'm going to demand more from the boys, because it's been, I think, a relatively poor first half so far. We've not seen too much from the boys, and we are letting them have a decent amount of ball and a decent amount of match momentum, and we need to really stop them from doing that. Right, it is Las Palmas in possession here, but we do intercept. Joe Gomez does really, really well. He's coming forward further than he should do here. Gets it to Stoikers. Stoikers should not be shooting. Why is he shooting from there? Oh, Stoikers. Oh, Trilly just heads it. Oh, goodness me. I think we need to be moving Stoikers on in the summer. I think I've made that decision. He's just so wasteful that he just gets on my nerves a bit too much. And I am frustrated with him, because there was no need to have that opportunity there. I'm going to say I'm not happy. I'm going to say I'm not happy with most of the boys, to be fair. Makoko, again, has been anonymous. Again, it seems to be in front of camera that he just disappears. I'm furious with Ilic as well. Ilic just has not shown up at all. Can we just get on with it, please? Just fire up a bit and just try and get some points on the board again, if that's all right. Again, we're worrying about Las Palmas. Let's have a look at ourselves here. So, we're not necessarily comfortably in the Champions League next year. We want to really be getting 3 points in this game to kind of cement things in. But as it stands, Las Palmas are actually outplaying us, I think, a little bit in this game. They're having more possession and everything. I'm going to demand more from the boys, because it has been a poor game. Right, Stoikers now. He's not going to shoot from there, thankfully. It's a poor pass, though. It is a poor pass. Right, Trilly into Navarro. Stoikers, don't shoot. What about do not shoot? Do you not understand? Right, do you know what? He's coming off. I've had enough of Stoikers. He's off. Da Costa can come on. Don't care if he's not actually that good anymore. Da Costa's coming on. Right, Boeda's had a really poor game as well. Furic can come on. Makoko is coming off for Hlajek. As much as I don't really want to bring Hlajek on after his last game, that's happening. And Ilic has had a poor game. Miranda's coming on. This team just knows how to get on my nerves sometimes. It really, really does. And Jota really should come on as well. Firmino, actually, do you know what? I'm going to, a bit of buyer's remorse. Firmino's going to go in the middle, and I'm going to bring Jota on. That's what we're going to do. And then we're going to go attacking. Because really, we need 3 points from this game. Just to try and cement us a little bit more into that area. Right, Jota with the free kick. Looking for Herculano. Can't quite find it. Firmino does get on the end of the ball here. It's a heavy touch from Firmino, which is a bit disappointing. Jota looking to intercept. Can't get it, but Miranda does get on the end of it here. Over to Jota. Jota whipping it in. Looking for the header. Hlajek hits the crossbar. That is the best bit of goalmouth action we've had the entire game. And it was pretty much all made by substitutions. I think there's some players who really need to probably count their lucky stars to getting the chances that they are. Navarro just goes and does that. And I'm thinking next season, do we maybe make the central midfield partnership Navarro and Veloso? Do we have Veloso as the playmaker and Navarro as a Mazzala? I know Navarro's playing as a playmaker when he's got this goal, but if you can do that, my word, is it worth looking at? It might be. We do finally get our goal. I can relax a little bit, not too much, but a little bit. Right, final change. Vandenberg can come off. Herculano's done okay today. I'm actually going to bring on Nyanzu for the last few minutes, even though we've fallen out with him. And it looks like he's going to be leaving. Let's bring him on and give him a few minutes. We've turned things up in this second half, actually. And it's ever since, I think, we made... Well, not since we made the substitution, but we've looked more dangerous since we made the substitutions. And that says everything. Furic, again, poor performance from him. We have told him he needs to step things up. I'm actually thinking Furic might end up getting moved on next year as well, because he really has. No, he's not been as good as last season or the last couple of seasons, which is understandable because he has been sensational for us. But my goodness me, he really has not performed to that level. And he's had so many periods where he's just disappeared. He really has. I mean, this last run has been not good. Not good at all. And yet he had 2 glorious games there, but they were against lower level teams. But then he played well against Atletico Madrid, so he just needs to find a bit more consistency, and we're just not finding that with him at the moment. Right, well, we do get the 3 points. That was the most important thing for that game. So, that is how the league is looking as a result of that. After 24 games played for all 3 top teams, we are currently 9 points off the top, and we're currently 4 points off of seconds. Those teams obviously being Barcelona and Real Madrid. And we now have a 3-point gap between ourselves and Villarreal, but Villarreal have already played 25 games. But Atletico Madrid have got a game in hand on us and 2 games on Villarreal. So really, Villarreal could be on 54 points when they win that. So Atletico Madrid could be on 54 points when they win that. So there is that. So we do need to kind of bear in mind that that could change things dramatically and make it look a little bit closer. So it could be a 2-point gap between us and 4th place. The main thing is we've given ourselves a bit more of a buffer in the Champions League area, and that is excellent. Quick look on here just so you can see none of our players are on any of these lists other than Makoko, who's won player of the match 5 times, which stuns me a little bit actually, but also makes a bit of sense. He's got 12 goals in the league as well. Hlojek's got 8, Firmina's got 8 as well. So we've got players who are scoring goals. Just it doesn't feel like we've got players who are scoring goals, which is a bit crazy. But yeah, that is how things are looking. When are we going to be back? We are going to be back for the Copa del Rey semi-finals 2 legs. We've still got a chance. We're coming back for that. We're coming back for the Copa del Rey semi-final. I thought Copa del Rey was done. I don't know why. I just had it in my head that it was done. Right, well, we're going to come back for that in Cadiz. Simple. We're going to come back there. Let's see whether we can actually get through to a Copa del Rey final. There's light at the end of the tunnel. We found a positive out of this episode. Excellent. We're going to come out for that and we're going to see whether we can get through to a 4th final in a row that had already ruled out. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed today's video, do not forget to leave a big like on there for me. And don't forget to subscribe as well. It'll put a big smile on his face. It's completely free to do so. What's not to love? I've been Stu. You guys have been awesome. And I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.